Hello everyone and welcome to Greg's Garage. I'm Greg. This is a power sports lifestyle show and we talk about all things power sports, especially motorcycles. I just returned from Daytona Beach Bike Week and it was packed. I mean, people everywhere. Is this a sign the economy's turning around or perhaps a sign of one of the harshest winters in recent memory? Anyway, let's talk two wheels specifically, middleweight sport bikes or Supersport machines. Now for years, the inline four-cylinder 600 ruled the roost, the 599cc thing, and manufacturers were just finding a better way to do that. But with Ducati's 899, MV Agusta's F3 800, Triumph 675 Triple, the 600, well, the amount of them available is starting to shrink. Now, a few years back, Kawasaki had two middleweight bikes rolling. The ZX-6RR, which was their true 600, and the ZX-6R, the 636. Now, Kawasaki decided that in 2013, they'd bring back the 636 as the ZX-6R and ditch the traditional formula of 599cc's altogether. Well, what's the big deal? We wanted to find out, so to the streets of California we go.
A closer look at the Kawasaki ZX-6R reads like most inline four-cylinder 600s these days, with one big distinction: the 636 cc's of displacement. It's four-stroke, liquid-cooled, 4 valves per cylinder. It comes equipped with 38mm Keen digital fuel injectors, 6-speed tranny, 41mm inverted Showa big piston forks up front, fully adjustable, Kawasaki's Unitrack single shock in the rear. Well-sorted 310mm dual discs do the stopping up front, and a single 220mm in the rear. Pedal style on both. Gets rid of heat better, they say. The tank holds 4.5 gallons, and the seat sits 54.9 inches off the ground.
Those are the specs on the Kawasaki Ninja ZX-6R 2014 model. A great motorcycle with tons of features, and it's been winning or close to the top of all the shootouts in the United States. From stem to stern, the front forks. Loved them, really. Great motorcycle, great big piston forks. You can adjust the preload on one side and the high and slow speed compression on the other side. The brakes, outstanding. Right on the spot. As soon as you need them, they're available. They have plenty of feel and plenty of bite. Moving up to the instrument cluster. You can see it with ease, in the sun, in the dark, doesn't really matter. It's got a mix of analog, that's the tack, and digital, that's the rest of it. I mean, you're talking gear selector, you have different modes, power mode and traction control, you can see those clearly, and even an eco mode that shows you when you're being easy on the throttle. Now let's go to that engine, that power plant, the fuel injection. The extra cc's on this motorcycle give you more RPM range. Usually on a 600, you're looking at maybe over 10,000, 11,000 RPM up to redline. On this motorcycle, 8,000 RPM is when it opens up and comes alive, and you can go all the way to 16,000 RPM. For those riders that want some electronic devices, some aids to help them ride, Kawasaki added a couple of power modes. You have full-on mode and then a reduced power mode, and then you have traction control on this motorcycle. It's the KT-RC. You can adjust that simply by pushing down on the button. It has 4 modes, 1, 2, 3, and then completely off. I chose to run completely off, but if you're ever in a situation where you want some more traction control, you're gonna have it available for you on this motorcycle. The ergonomics of it all, the relation between your feet, the saddle, and the handlebars. It's a sport bike. The bars are below the triple clamp, so of course after a few hours my shoulders got a little sore. That's what you expect. but that relation to the saddle, which by the way is very comfortable, and the material they use allows me to slide from side to side as I'm going through the twisties, so to the right, to the left, and back and forth with ease. That relationship between the bars and the seat, spot on. And where my feet are, great. As if I scoot all the way back to the back of the tail section, I have plenty of room to get into a full tuck if I was taking this on a track day. Then you have that rear end. I liked it, even for a guy my size, pushing somewhere around 190 pounds, the rear shock worked very well. I had no complaints, and I got a tremendous amount of feedback with the rear end of this motorcycle. The engine itself is very good. It's a little buzzy around 10,000 RPM, so I did use the gearbox quite a bit in order to keep that RPM between 10,000 and 8,000 RPM. But for the most part, after a couple hours, not too much buzziness in my hands and definitely not in the rest of my body. And of course, with this Kawasaki green, it turns a lot of heads. You've definitely got to get down to your Kawasaki dealer or check out Kawasaki.com and learn more, because the 2014 ZX-6Rs are out already and available at dealerships. So go check this motorcycle out, because if you're graduating from a smaller bike into the middleweight class or looking for another alternative to those big 1000s, the Ninja ZX-6R could be right up your alley. So there you have it. What a great motorcycle. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, please click subscribe. We post exclusive stuff on there from time to time. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Greg'sGarageTV, on Instagram @Greg'sGarage, and you can follow me personally on Twitter. It's @GregWhite. And for all the shows and stories we've ever done, simply log on to Greg'sGarageTV.com. Certainly hope you had fun in Daytona. I did, and if you didn't get to go, we'll have some content from Daytona on Greg's Garage. You know we will. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.